Hello, everyone. Shane here. I know you want the new episode of Bogosity. I promise you it's in the editing software. All I have to do is put the music in and do the final edit and the render, and it'll be up. But right now I had some other stuff that's on my mind. Watching this video that I've just responded to and reading the comments really helped solidify and bring together some thoughts that I've been having these past few weeks. So much of what we do is motivated by fear, and that's natural. You know, we're human beings. We evolved that way, but it's actually the cause of most of our problems right now. Last week, DownsizeDC.org posted an article to their website, and I'll link to that over here. And it's all about how the fear of terrorism is the problem. We've sacrificed so much liberty for this war on terror that it's hard to think of what we have left. So I'm just going to quote a little bit from the article. It says, to us, America's fear of terrorism is like a cat being afraid of a mouse. Actually, it's worse than that, because all the terrorists in the world amount to no more than an anemic mosquito on the snout of a whale. The fact is, we're in far more danger from our own cars than we are from terrorism. And they're right about that. I mean, boy, do I know all about that. For those of you who don't know, late last year I was hit by a drunk driver. My wife was killed. My daughter and I were severely injured, and my son had minor injuries. And my kids have both recovered, and they're doing fine now, but I'm still recovering and had to have multiple rounds of orthopedic surgery. It's been a long, hard road. But you know what? I'm driving. I had to get a special knob for the wheel because I can't drive with my right arm, but I'm driving. I'm not letting the fear of being hit by a drunk driver stop me from getting on the roads. But you know what? Far more people are hit by drunk drivers than are ever killed or injured in any terrorist attacks. Ever. But it's that fear, you see, that's the key. The people in power, the people in Washington, they don't want you knowing what Ron Paul keeps talking about, what the CIA knows, what the 9/11 Commission knows, what every intelligence expert knows, and that is that these terrorist attacks are a result of blowback for our foreign policy. And once you understand that, it's like you're not as afraid anymore. And you're not so willing to say, oh, yes, we'll put up with the warrantless wiretapping that they just passed. The Democrat Congress just passed it when the Republican Congress refused to, yeah. So you understand that, and you're not as afraid anymore. Knowledge is power. So if I don't have to be afraid of drunk drivers, then maybe none of us have to be afraid of terrorists. But see, they want you being afraid. They want you thinking, oh, the terrorists, they hate us for our freedom. They're crazy and they attack randomly. They want you thinking that so you'll be scared and be willing to give up even more of your liberty. Well, yes, there are people who hate us for our freedom, but they're in the White House and the Capitol building. And Ron Paul is the only exception. Because however anti-war you might think that your candidate might be, you're actually still afraid. And I've seen it in a lot of the comments in the video I responded to. Oh, without government, we won't be able to get health care. We won't have clean air or water. It'll be so polluted or whatever. It's all based on fear. They are doing exactly what Bush and the neocons are doing. They're just doing it about different subjects, whether it's, you know, polluted water or whatever. It's time to wake up and stop being afraid. Believe me, I've had all the experience I care to with our healthcare system. You know what? I didn't have any of the problems people say we need. No one refused to treat me because I couldn't pay. Of course, now the collection letters are coming in, and I've got a lawyer, and we've got a lawsuit going. I'll get it taken care of. Don't worry. But the point is, no one refused to treat me because I couldn't pay. Michael Moore lied. I mean, that's been verified. CNN even said it. And Michael Moore, his response was not to say, oh, well, what CNN said is wrong, and here's why. His response was to insult CNN. I mean, come on, people, stop being afraid. No one ever says, you know, we won't treat you or you'll have to wait. See, most of the problems that we face, including the health care costs and the pollution and everything, they're caused by government. All you have to do is not be afraid and realize that without this big intrusive government, we'd have a lot fewer problems, and the problems that we do have, we can deal with on our own. So I would like all of you to join with me on this. Make a video comment to this and say that you're not afraid either, and you're not going to let the politicians on either side of the aisle make you afraid. And go to the DownsizeDC link and tell your representatives in Congress that you're not afraid and you don't want them to be afraid on your behalf. And support Ron Paul and your local libertarian candidates, because they are the only ones who understand what I've been talking to you about. And that's all I have to say for right now. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Shane Killian, and I am not afraid.